Welcome to Learning Plan 8, Professional Competence and Training. This also is an important learning plan. You're going to be reading Chapter 8 in your textbook, reviewing the PowerPoint of Chapter 8, reviewing key terms, reading Chapters 19 through 21 and lying on the couch, watching personality versus character, and of course posting and participating in the discussion board, and posting responses to the case studies. So let's talk about professional competence and training. You need to understand how a therapist's competence is an ethical issue. As a therapist, do you know how to help your clients? Are you competent in the areas that you're advertising that you're competent in? You need to know what's involved in the assessment of competence. Competence is a complex issue. Do you understand what it means to be competent in a certain area? Let's say you are a counselor that helps people with a gambling addiction. What makes you competent enough to be able to help those people? Is it education? Is it training? Is it experience? I need you to understand competence. You need to ascertain when and how to make referrals. As a counselor, you think, wow, I'm really new to this. I'm not sure if I can help this client. Do I get more education and training, or do I need to refer this person? That's a very, very difficult thing to figure out, but you need to be aware of that. You have to do no harm and do right by your clients. You need to examine ethical issues in training therapists. You need to understand the basis of screening candidates and training programs, recognize how to evaluate knowledge, skills, and personal functioning of trainees, understand the gatekeeping role of faculty in promoting competence, and explore issues involving dismissing students for non-academic reasons. Articulate the purpose of licensing and credentialing. That is one of the most difficult things in our field. There is so many ways to become a counselor. There's so many ways to become a case manager. There are so many different degrees, different licenses. Are you familiar with the license that you want to get? Are you familiar what it will take for you to get that? Are you familiar what exactly the jobs you can do with that license? It's very complex, but once you figure it out, it feels really good because you kind of know when you can plan your path. And you also need to gain a greater appreciation of the role of continuing education plays in maintaining competence. One of the biggest things in the state of Wisconsin that counselors are dinged in, we say, is not doing their CEUs, not doing their continuing education. And I don't know if somebody is out in the field and they somehow think they don't need to do that, but it is incredibly important. The state looks into this. Plus, you need to keep updated in this field. As a counselor, I think things change every 6 months to a year, and I certainly have to go to conferences. I need to take classes to make sure that I am up to date. Once again, a lot of information covered in this learning plan. Contact me if you have questions, and I hope you learn a lot.